So hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Santosh and here in my channel I discuss topics from physics and mathematics. As usual, today I am here with one more new video for you guys, and this is part 5 of the video series on trigonometric functions. Guys, in the previous parts we discussed about trigonometric functions and some important relations between them. Particularly in the last video we discussed about signs of these trigonometric functions in different quadrants. And in that video we also discussed about domains and ranges of these trigonometric functions. And at the end of that video we looked at the graphs of these trigonometric functions. Now in this video we will continue our discussion further and solve the exercise problems related to these concepts. But before starting the discussion, I request you guys to watch the video until the very end. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also share this video with your friends. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And click on the bell icon so that you will always be notified whenever I drop a new video. So guys, let's get started. Guys, let us begin our discussion with question number 1. Find the values of other 5 trigonometric functions given cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and x lies in the third quadrant. Guys, here in this question they have given us the value of cos x, which is minus 1 by 2, and they have also given us one more piece of information, that is x lies in the third quadrant, and we need to find the value of 5 other trigonometric functions for this angle x. Guys, before solving this question, let us recall that in third quadrant what are the signs of all the 6 trigonometric functions. Guys, in the third quadrant, sine, cos, sec and cosec are negative and tan and cot are positive. Now coming back to this question, using this information I can easily write the value of sec x. Sec x is basically defined as 1 by cos x for all the values of x except for which the value of cos x is 0. Now in this relation, if I substitute the value of cos x, that is minus 1 by 2, I will get the value of sec x as minus 2. This is the value of sec x. Now next let us find the value of sin x. And for finding the value of sin x, I will use this relation, that is sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Now using this relation I can write sin x is equal to under root 1 minus cos square x. Here I know the value of cos x. Now substituting the value of cos x, which will be minus 1 by 2 whole square, which will be under root 1 minus 4. Under root 4 minus 1 by 4, which will be under root 3 by 4, which will be plus or minus root 3 by 2. Now here I got the value of sin x as plus or minus root 3 by 2. Since the value of x is in third quadrant, or x lies in the third quadrant, the value of sin x in third quadrant is negative. So the sin x value will be minus root 3 by 2. Now if I know the value of sin x, I can easily find the value of cosec x. The cosec x is defined as 1 by sin x, and here the value of sin x is minus root 3 by 2, so which will be minus 2 by root 3. So the value of cosec x will be minus 2 by root 3. Guys, now that we have value of these 4 trigonometric functions for this angle x, let us find the other two, which are tan x and cot x. Tan x is given by sin x divided by cos x. Now we have the value of sin x, which is minus root 3 by 2 whole divided by cos x is minus 1 by 2. Here 2 cancels, and the value of tan x is root 3. Similarly, if I know the value of tan x, I can easily find the value of cot x. Cot x is defined as 1 by tan x. So value of cot x will be 1 by root 3. Guys, these are the value of 6 trigonometric functions for the angle x, which lies in the third quadrant. Guys, here they have given us the value of sin x, which is 3 by 5, and they have also given us that x lies in the second quadrant. And again we need to find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions for this angle x. Guys, if you recall, in second quadrant sin x and cosec x are positive and tan x, cot x, cos and sec x are negative. Now using this information I can easily find the value of cosec x. Why? Cosec x is basically 1 by sin x. The cosec x will be 5 by 3. Now again, for finding the value of cos x, I'll use this relation, that is sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1, where cos x can be written as under root 1 minus sine square x. So here substituting the value of sine x, which is 3 by 5 whole square, I'll get 1 by 9 divided by 25, which will be 25 minus 9 divided by 25. This is 16 divided by 25, which will be plus or minus 4 by 5. Since x lies in the second quadrant, which means the angle of the sine of cos x is negative in the second quadrant, I'll choose the value of cos x as minus 4 by 5. And if I know the value of cos x, I can easily find the value of sec x. Sec x is basically 1 by cos x. So the value of sec x will be minus 4 by 5. Guys, now that we have values of these four trigonometric functions, let us find the value of other two, which are tan x and cot x. The tan x is given by sin x divided by cos x. Here the value of sin x is 3 by 5 and the cos x we found it as 4 minus 4 by 5. The value of tan x will be minus 3 by 4. This is the value of tan x. Similarly for cot x, we can use the relation cos x by sin x. Here cos x is minus 4 by 5 and the sin x is 3 by 5. The value of cot x will be minus 4 by 3. And these are the values of 6 trigonometric functions for the angle x, which lies in the second quadrant. Guys, here in the third question, they have given us the value of cot x, which is 3 by 4. And they have also given us that x lies in the third quadrant. And we need to find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions for the angle x. Guys, if you recall, in third quadrant, tan and cot x are positive and sine, cosec and cos and sec are negative. Now from given information, I can easily find the value of tan x. Tan x is basically 1 by cot x, which will be 4 by 3. So this is the value of tan x. Now if I know the value of tan x, I can easily find the value of sec x. How? Using the relation 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. So this is true for all the values of x wherever the tan x and sec x are defined. Now sec x is given by this relation, that is 1 plus tan square x, square root of 1 plus tan square x. Now substituting the value of tan x, we get, which is under root 1 plus 4 by 3 whole square, which will be 1 plus 16 by 9, which will be 9 plus 16 by 9. This will be 25 divided by 9, which will be plus or minus 5 by 3. Since here the x lies in the third quadrant, the value of sec x will be negative. So I will choose the value of sec x as minus 5 by 3. Guys, if I know the value of sec x, I can easily find the value of cos x. Here cos x will be 1 by sec x, which will be 3 by 5. Guys, now that we know the value of these four trigonometric functions, let us find the other two, which are sin x and cosec x. Let us first find the value of cosec x. The value of cosec x can be easily found using the relation, which is 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x. From this relation, I can write cosec x is equal to under root 1 plus cot square x. Now we have the value of cot square x, which is cot x is equal to 3 by 4, which will be under root 1 plus 3 by 4 whole square. So this will be 1 plus 9 by 16. This will be 16 plus 9 by 16. This will be 25 by 16. Finally, it will be plus or minus 5 by 4. Here, in the third quadrant, cosec x is negative. So I will choose the value of cosec x as minus 5 by 4. Now, if I know the value of cosec x, it is very easy for me to find the value of sin x. Sin x is basically 1 by cosec x. 1 by cosec x. So its case will be minus 5 by 4 minus 4 by 5. So these are the values of 6 trigonometric functions for the given value of x, which lies in the third quadrant. Guys, here in the fourth question, they have given us the value of sec x, which is 13 by 5, and they have also given us that x lies in the fourth quadrant. And again, we need to find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions. Guys, in the fourth quadrant, cos x and sec x are positive, and sine, cosec, tan and cot are negative. Now, coming back to this question, from given information, that is sec x, we can easily find the value of cos x. Cos x is basically 1 by sec x. So cos x will be 5 by 30. Now, if I know the value of cos x, I can use the relation sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. I can use this relation to find the value of sine x. So from this relation, sine x is equal to under root 1 minus cos square x, which will be equal to under root 1 minus 5 by 13 whole square, which will be 1 minus 25 divided by 169. So square of 13 is 169, which will be 169 minus 25 divided by 169. So this will be 144 divided by 169. So 144 is square of 12 and 169 is square of 30. So under root 144 divided by 169 is equal to plus or minus 12 by 30. Now in the question they have given us that x lies in the fourth quadrant. If x lies in the fourth quadrant, the value of sine x is negative. So sine x will be minus 12 by 30. Now if I know the value of sine x, I can easily find the value of cosec x. Cosec x is equal to minus 13 by 12. This is the value of cosec x. Guys, now that we have the value of these 4 trigonometric functions, we can easily find the values of other 2, which are tan x and cot x. Tan x is given by sin x divided by cos x. Here the value of sin x is minus 12 by 13 and the value of cos x is 5 by 30. So here it will be minus 12 by 5. Similarly, cot x, which is given by cos x divided by sin x. Here cos x is again 5 by 13 and sin x is minus 12 by 30. So value of cot x will be minus 5 by 12. And these are the values of 6 trigonometric functions for the angle x, which lies in the fourth quadrant. Guys, here in the fifth question, they have given us the value of tan x, which is minus 5 by 12, and they have also given us that x lies in the second quadrant. Guys, in the second quadrant, sin x and cosec x are positive, and tan x, cot x, and cos and sec x are negative. Now, coming back to this problem, they have given us the value of tan x, which is minus 5 by 12, and using this information, I can easily find the value of cot x. Cot x is equal to minus 1. Cot x is given by 1 by tan x. Therefore, it will be equal to 1 by 1 is minus 12 by 5. This is the value of cot x. Now, if I know the value of tan x, I can easily find the value of sec x. We have the relation 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. Now, using this relation, sec x is under root 1 plus tan square x. Under root 1 plus tan x is minus 5 by 2 will be minus 5 by 12 square. This is under root 1 plus 25 divided by 144. 25 is the square of 5 and 144 is the square of 12. This will be 144 plus 25 divided by 144. It will be equal to 169 divided by 144. And square root of 169 is 13 and square root of 144 is 12. This will be plus or minus 13 by 12. Now they have given us that x lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, the value of sec x is negative. So sec x will be minus 13 by 12. If I know the value of sec x, I can easily find the value of cos x. Cos x is equal to 1 by sec x, which will be minus 12 by 30. This is the value of cos x. Guys, now that we have values of these four trigonometric functions, let us find the values of other two, which are sin x and cosec x. First, let us find the value of cosec x. Guys, we know the relation, that is 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x. Now, using this relation, I can write cosec x equal to under root 1 plus cot square x. Under root 1 plus, in the place of cot x, I will substitute minus 12 by 5. Whole square, it will be 1 plus 144 divided by 25, which will be under root 25 plus 144 divided by 25, which will be equal to under root 169 divided by 25, and this will be plus or minus 13 by 5. It is given that the angle x lies in the second quadrant, and we know that in the second quadrant the value of cosec x is positive. So therefore, the value of cosec x will be 13 by 5. Now, if I know the value of cosec x, I can easily find the value of sin x, which is sin x will be 1 by cosec x, which will be 5 by 13. And these are the 6 values of trigonometric functions for the angle x which lies in the second quadrant. Guys, now let us move to the next question, that is question number 6. Find the value of given trigonometric function, which is sin 765 degree. Guys, here in this question we need to find the value of function sin 765 degree. Guys, if you remember, we only know the values of all trigonometric functions for some specific values of angles, not for all the values of angles. So then, how do we find the value of sin 765 degree? The answer to this question is periodic nature of trigonometric functions. Guys, all the trigonometric functions are periodic in nature, which means the values of these trigonometric functions repeat after certain interval, and that interval is 2 pi, and that 2 pi is known as the period of these functions. Similarly, the value of sin x also repeats after the interval 2 pi, which gives us the relation sin 2n pi plus x is equal to sin x. Which means if you increase the value of x by integral multiple of 2 pi, then the value of sin does not change. The value of function sin does not change. The value of sin 2n pi plus x is equal to sin x. In degrees, if you write this relation, sin 2 pi will be 360 degree. 360 degree into n plus x is equal to sin x. Now, what does this relation mean? Sin 30 is equal to sin 360 plus 30. If the value of x is 30, then sin 360 plus 30 will also have the same value. Now, using this relation, how do we find the value of sin 765 degree? Now, what I will do is I will express the angle 765 degree in terms of this format. For that, I need the integral multiples of 360 degree. So 361 is 360, 362 is 720 degree, 363 is 1080 degree. Now this angle here is very close to this integral multiple of 360 degree. So in that case, I will write sin 765 as 720 plus 45 degree. Sin 765 I have written it as 720 plus 45 degree. Now this here can be written as 2 into 360 degree plus 45. Now from this relation we have sin 360 n plus x is equal to sin x, right? Here sin 2 into 360 plus 45 is equal to sin 45. We know the value of sin 45, which is equal to 1 by root 2. So by using this relation we have found out the value of sin 765, which is equal to 1 by root 2. This is the final answer. Guys, here in question number 7, we need to find the value of function cosec minus 1410 degree. For this also we will use the periodic property of these trigonometric functions, that is cosec 2n pi plus x is equal to cosec x, or in degrees cosec 360 degrees plus x, 360 n into 360 degree plus x is equal to cosec x. Guys, if you remember in the previous problem, what I did was I divided the given angle into two parts and represented that into this format. Now what I will do, I will take this whole angle as x and add integral multiple of 2 pi to 8. What I will do, I will take cosec of minus 1410 degree, which will be equal to cosec of minus 1410 degrees plus some integral multiple of 360. So how much I will add? I will take the integral multiple of 360, which is very close to this given angle. So 360 ones are 360, 362 are 720, 363 are 1080, 364 are 1440. Right? I will add minus 1410 plus I will add 1440. So this is basically 360 into 4. Now I will get cosec of minus 1410 degree is equal to cosec of, if we subtract this value from here, it will be 30 degree. Cosec 30 degree. We know what is the value of cosec 30 degree, which is 2. So finally the value of cosec minus 1410 degree is equal to 2. This is the final answer. Now in the previous problem we had the angle as a positive value, so we divided that into two parts. Now in this case we have the value as negative value. What we will do, we will add the integral multiple of 360 to that and get the required answer. Guys, here in question number 8 we need to find the value of function tan 19 pi by 3. How do we do it? We again make use of the periodic nature of these trigonometric functions. See, the periodic nature of trigonometric functions will give us this relation, that is tan 2n pi plus x is equal to tan x. Which means if we add integral multiple of 2 pi to an angle, then the value of tan x does not change. Now, I will try to write this angle in this format, that is tan 19 pi by 3 can be written as tan 6 pi plus pi by 3, right? If you split 19 pi by 3 into 2, you will get 6 pi plus pi by 3. Now this is in this format, that is 2 pi into 3. So this is tan 3 into 2 pi, this is n 2 pi plus pi by 3. Here pi by 3 is the x. So I can write this as tan x, that is tan pi by 3. We know the value of tan pi by 3, which is root 3, right? Value of tan pi by 3 is root 3, which means the value of tan 19 pi by 3 is also root 3. This is the final answer. Guys, here in question number 9 we need to find the value of function sine minus 11 pi by 3. Again we will make use of the periodic nature of the functions. Sine 2n pi plus x is equal to sine x. Now x in this case will be equal to minus 11 pi by 3, which means sine minus 11 pi by 3 will be equal to sine minus 11 pi by 3 plus some integral multiple of 2 pi. So I will take 4 pi, which is 2 into 2 pi. In that case this will be sine minus 11 pi by 3 11 pi plus 12 pi divided by 3. So I have taken the LCM, this will be 12 pi. Sine minus 11 pi plus 12 pi will be plus 1 pi by 3. We know the value of sine pi is root 3 by 2. So the value of sine minus 11 pi by 3 is equal to root 3 by. Guys, here in the question number 10 we need to find the value of cot minus 15 pi divided by 4. Again we will make use of this relation, that is cot 2n pi plus x is equal to cot x. Now this means If I add integral multiple of 2 pi to angle x, the value of cot does not change. Now I'll take this whole angle as x. So cot minus 15 pi by 4, this is x. If I add integral multiple of 2 pi to this angle x, if I add integral multiple of 2 pi, that is if I add 4 pi to this angle x, the value of cot x does not change, which means this will be cot 15 pi plus 16 pi divided by 4. Cot pi by 4. We know what is the value of cot pi by 4. Cot pi by 4 is equal to 1, which means cot minus pi 15 pi by 4 is equal to 1. This is the final answer. So in the case of negative angles, we add integral multiples of 2 pi to get the required angles. Guys, with this we come to an end of this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video.